Once upon a time, in the heart of a land where golden sunlight bathed the hills and silver rivers whispered secrets, there lived a princess named Seraphina. She was known throughout the kingdoms not just for her beauty, with hair like woven silk and eyes that shimmered like the morning dew, but also for her kindness. Her voice was soft, her heart generous, and she had a smile that could melt the coldest of hearts. Yet, despite all the love and admiration that surrounded her, a sorrow lingered in her eyes. Seraphina had no children. Years had passed, and the palace had echoed with lullabies that never came to life in her own chambers. Though she tried to console herself, the ache of longing never left. Her kingdom was prosperous, full of laughter and song, and the people adored her. But at night, when the lamps were dimmed and the halls fell silent, Seraphina walked alone in the palace gardens, her hands brushing against the fragrant roses, and her thoughts heavy with yearning. She often wondered if there was something she could do to fulfill her heart's deepest desire. One evening, as twilight painted the sky in soft shades of violet and gold, an old woman appeared at the palace gates. She was hunched, with a cloak as dark as midnight and eyes that sparkled with strange knowledge. The guards hesitated, unsure whether to let her in, but Seraphina, sensing something unusual, hurried to the gates herself. "Your Highness," the woman said in a voice both gentle and urgent, "I bring news of a tree unlike any other, a tree whose fruit grants the deepest wish of the one who eats it." Seraphina's heart leapt. "A tree? Where can I find it?" The old woman's eyes glimmered. "It grows in the heart of the enchanted forest, beyond the mountains of whispering winds. Many have sought it, but none have succeeded. The journey is perilous, and the tree reveals itself only to those whose hearts are pure and whose intentions are true." Without hesitation, Seraphina decided she would go. That very night, under the silver glow of the moon, she donned a cloak of midnight blue and slipped quietly from the palace, taking only a satchel of bread, water, and her courage. The enchanted forest was unlike anything she had ever imagined. The trees were tall, their branches intertwined to form natural archways, and the air was alive with the soft glow of floating lights. Flowers hummed faint melodies, and streams shimmered with liquid starlight. But the forest was also full of hidden dangers, shadows that moved like living beings, paths that twisted back on themselves, and whispers that could confuse even the wisest traveler. Days passed as Seraphina walked deeper into the forest, guided by her hope and the stories whispered by the birds. She encountered a variety of creatures along the way. An owl with feathers of silver who offered riddles, a fox with eyes like amber who guided her when she was lost, and a gentle deer who led her to a hidden spring when she was weary. Each creature tested her patience, her wisdom, and her kindness, yet she passed every trial with a heart full of grace. Finally, after what seemed like an endless journey, she arrived at a clearing where the air shimmered with an ethereal light. At the center stood a tree unlike any other. Its trunk glowed softly, and its leaves sparkled like emeralds kissed by dew. And among the leaves hung fruits that shone like molten gold, each pulsing with a gentle warmth. Seraphina approached, her heart pounding with anticipation. As she reached for a fruit, a voice spoke from the branches. "Who seeks the fruit of true desire?" Seraphina looked up to see a figure appear, a spirit of the tree, delicate and luminous, with eyes like liquid light. "I am Princess Seraphina," she said, bowing with respect. "I seek only to have a child, to share my love and care with a little soul of my own." The spirit studied her silently, then smiled. "Your heart is pure, and your wish is true. But remember, the fruit fulfills desire in its own way. What you seek may come, but in ways unforeseen. Are you ready to accept the gift with trust and patience?" "I am," Seraphina whispered. With a graceful motion, the spirit plucked a golden fruit and handed it to her. The moment Seraphina tasted it, a warmth spread through her body, filling her with light and hope. She felt a surge of energy, and a deep sense of peace settled over her. "Thank you," she whispered, tears glistening in her eyes. The spirit nodded, and as if on cue, the tree's golden fruits glimmered brighter, sending beams of light that danced across the forest floor. "Return to your home," the spirit said. "The fruit will work its magic in time." trust in life, and your heart's wish shall bloom." Seraphina made her way back to the palace, her spirit renewed. She felt a change within her, subtle yet profound, like the first whispers of spring after a long winter. She continued her daily life, helping her people, walking through the gardens, and embracing every moment with gratitude. Yet, she noticed a gentle transformation. Her body felt lighter, her steps more lively, and her dreams more vivid. Months passed, and one morning, as dawn painted the sky with pink and gold, Seraphina felt a flutter in her heart unlike anything before. A new life was growing within her. Joy and tears mingled as she realized her wish had been granted. She was to be a mother. The entire kingdom rejoiced with her, celebrating the miracle that had blossomed from hope, courage, and love. The child she bore was as radiant as the morning sun. Seraphina named her little daughter Leora, meaning light, for she was indeed the light of her life. Leora grew up surrounded by love and the whispers of the magical tree, which, though hidden now, continued to watch over the princess and her family. As Leora grew, she inherited her mother's kindness and wisdom. Together, they would walk through the palace gardens, talking to birds and tending to flowers, just as Seraphina once did in her solitude. The princess never forgot the journey, the trials she faced, or the creatures who guided her. And she shared the tale of the magical tree with her daughter, teaching her that true desires require courage, patience, and a heart open to the unexpected. One evening, many years later, Seraphina and Leora walked together to the edge of the enchanted forest, now more vibrant than ever. The forest seemed to recognize them, the leaves whispering in joy, the streams glittering with gentle laughter. And in the heart of the clearing, the magical tree stood, its golden fruits radiant and waiting. Seraphina smiled and placed her hand on Leora's shoulder. "The world is full of magic, my dear, but the greatest magic is love and the courage to follow your heart." Leora looked at the tree with wide eyes and whispered, "Will it grant my wishes too, mother?" Seraphina hugged her tightly. "Only those whose hearts are pure and whose intentions are true. And I believe in you." From that day forward, the legend of the childless princess and the magical tree spread throughout the lands, inspiring generations to believe in hope, courage, and the miraculous power of love. And though Seraphina had once walked the world alone, her life became a tapestry of light, laughter, and family, all born from the courage to seek what seemed impossible. And so, in the kingdom bathed in golden sunlight and silver rivers, the princess, her daughter, and their people lived in joy, their hearts forever touched by the magic of a tree that granted wishes in ways the world could never forget.